Hi, I'm Val Bailey. I'm Principal and Chief Executive of Sandwell College, and today I find myself standing on the 6th floor of my building, which is almost complete, and I have to say I really can't believe that we're already at this point. Well, it took us about 2.5 years to get to the point where we could actually submit an application to the Learning and Skills Council, and that application went in and we were actually seen by the Capital Committee in October of 2008. And then the plan was that we would get approval, we'd get national approval in the November time, December time, and we would be then starting to look at building. And everything stopped, and it stopped because there'd been a hiatus with the capital bills under the LSC. And so when it got to Christmas, although we'd been awarded some monies from Advantage West Midlands to help with the new build, the monies that we were expecting from the Learning and Skills Council weren't there. And following a review of everything, we had to resubmit a whole application again. So we worked with Interserve and all our other partners in order to get the sort of second application in. We were visited by senior staff from the Learning and Skills Council who said we had to take 10% out of the total cost of the project, and that was pretty hard. And then it went through all sorts of processes and various consultants looking at it, and eventually the Learning and Skills Council took the top 13, and when I say the top 13, it was those colleges who scored the most, and Sandwell College came out actually number 1. But by this time we were already a year behind schedule because of the hold-up, etc. And so at that point it was a case of the whole team working together. So September 9 we were here groundbreaking, and here we are at this point, April 11, and we're on the 6th floor, and we're looking forward to the new build coming to fruition and being handed over by the end of this year. The relationship between ourselves and Interserve has developed quite strongly, and I guess it goes back to that time when we were all having to sit around the tables and take 10% out of the project. But from then on we've had some other sort of constraints, which has meant we've had to change our curriculum inputs. And I have to say that Interserve have been superb in working with us and recognising that we've had to change some of the shape of the internal parts of the building. And we have worked in such a way that I actually believe it's sort of got a huge investment, personal investment, from both the Interserve staff and the other partner staff, and from our side as well. Well, I think the one thing that we're absolutely clear about is this is not an ordinary sort of relationship whereby you do something for us because we say so. This has got to be a relationship whereby it is full of emotional intelligence, if you like, so that we do understand where each party is coming from. And by doing that, we actually develop a much better product at the end of the day. And what we've ended up with is the most amazing building. We've had the kind of partnership which has focused on not just the output, but the emotional intelligence within that partnership. We've now moving towards an iconic building which will develop the most amazing educational skills to what is one of the most deprived boroughs in the whole country. So in effect what we're looking at is the building finally opening in 2012, and what we're sort of planning on is that the regeneration of this area will be started. This will be the catalyst to that, and we will be expecting huge things changing in terms of what this college can do, not just for our young students, but for the community at large. And Interserve and ourselves have actually worked so hard together in order to make that happen.